MacArthur Park is dangerous to say the least, and Los Angeles has gone completely downhill. So set your vacation plans, come to LA. Hey, it's Dan, welcome back. We're in Hollywood, California, and we're in one of the revitalization areas that they have completely redone to make look much nicer. Done a lot of work in the community, and I'm going to show you guys a lot about that. Please don't forget to like the video, hit the subscribe button. Before we get into it, you guys are going to be surprised at how the retail is down here. You've got all the revitalization that's been done down here. Redo these old buildings, kind of cool, you know, when you see stuff like this behind me. Kind of made that nice, but then when you look across the street, it's a For Lease festival over here. And got certain things coming in, but you have an absolute ton that's available down here. So, hey, our first story is about a Bitcoin pioneer who was found dead. Mircea Popescu, they said he's worth over $1 billion in Bitcoin. He's been found dead off the coast of Costa Rica. And as I stand outside the Pier 1 Imports that's available, look at the size of this place, guys. Okay, who's gonna fill this? Who's going to, okay? Now you got the 101 freeway that way. You've got the revitalization area this way. But around the corner, you have Tent City that is unbelievable. So it's going to be interesting to see how this guy's estate gets handled, because he's worth $1 billion, and how it will be divided up. He's of Polish descent, so we'll see who's going to handle the estate and the country of origin and all that stuff. But the story will be below for you guys to follow. And again, it's going to be interesting to see what happens when people of that wealth, that have that much Bitcoin, pass away, and how it's going to be handled. People are going to say, just like every other asset. Well, we'll see. So, as we cross Wilton, you guys have to see this, because here you've got the absolute Tent City set up here. How'd you like to have this as your neighbor? Seriously. Okay? Gonna rent the coffee house, and you've got this. Okay? You know, it's terrible, Dan. You know, it's unbelievable that people are allowed to live like this. They're talking about changing the camping laws so that people cannot camp outside under any circumstances. Okay? You can also rent the Pier 1 right around the corner. Share your thoughts. I know you will. This next story is from the Dallas Morning News, and that is the SBA. The SBA is upset because they are defending themselves, stating that they've handled the pandemic funding better than could be expected. They don't want any of the criticism that they're getting. Well, there is a real problem, and that is the EIDL low-income grants. They set up a grant program for businesses in low-income communities, which in itself is ridiculous, because they sent invitations to people and said, you can apply for this, and if you got the invitation, you should have been eligible for the grant. They have $30 billion for this grant money. As I walk by all these shuttered businesses that could have used funding, the SBA has only given out $1.6 billion of the $30 billion, and they're calling for more funding for businesses that are in low-income areas. It's absolute lunacy. What the SBA has done is they've given jobs to themselves and to their staff for years to come by delaying this funding. Your business is going out of business, and they want to give it to low-income areas. Again, the biggest potential failures are these businesses in these low-income areas. And again, it's not to rip on the low-income areas. It's to talk about the funding should be equal, okay? And again, if you walk by, another for lease, but there's only $1 billion of the $30 billion given out, and of that money, you know, they want to still continue to give it to the low-income businesses, which makes 0 sense. It should be a free-for-all, and they should just give the money out as quick as possible. Share your thoughts, guys, because I know this channel was started on the SBA and the low-income EIDL loans and the PPP loans. How do you guys feel about this? You think the SBA's done a good job? They're in real trouble with the restaurant grants, where they promised it to women-only businesses, minority-owned businesses, and businesses in low-income areas, and they got sued over it and then got shut down. What do you guys think? Share your thoughts on this right now, please. Next story is from CNBC, and Mohammed El-Arian, who's a business analyst, was on CNBC talking about inflation and how he's concerned that the Fed's not doing enough. And we talk about inflation a lot on this channel lately, but again, he thinks they're behind the curve. He thinks that they're just talking about how it's going to fix itself, which, you know, I don't see it, guys. I'm in Los Angeles today. We're seeing, you know, $4.50 gas. We saw $5.95 gas at one gas station. I mean, how do you sit there and say that this is going to fix itself? It doesn't make an ounce of sense. And again, you know, everybody's talking about how they're paying more money for everything, for absolutely everything, as we live, you know? And then you see places like this where just retail's completely closed and completely decimated, and everything's supposed to be okay. Now, the SBA doesn't care. The Fed, you know, they need to do something about this, because if they don't, it's going to spiral out of control. And don't worry, it's only going to last a while, and this is all pandemic related. You know, you can only say that so long, because I understand supply chain disruption and things like that, but this is going on way too long, and it's going way too high. Share your thoughts, guys, please. Now you have to see this. Here you've got people living under the freeway underpass. Unbelievable. Absolute squalor. Amazing. It's kind of a bummer, man. I showed up and my hubcap got stolen. I was really disappointed. I said, like, you know, who would steal a hubcap? And I realized what else they did to my car. A little, you know, I think it's salvageable. What do you guys think? It's crazy. The stuff people will steal these days. Look at this car, just abandoned on the side of the road, just destroyed. I guess they got into an accident and left here. You got people living up and down each side of the street. You got a motorhome back there. Guy's got his generator going and just living up there. So in a residential neighborhood, and you've got the abandoned car. And then the underpass of the freeway. I'm on Gower, by the way. That's the 101 freeway. You've got people living under the underpass and on the center of the freeway. Crazy. Cannot make this stuff up, guys. It's just horrific, okay? This is Hollywood, California, guys. We are at MacArthur Park, and this is a famed area in Los Angeles County. And to give you an idea, this is Wilshire Boulevard right here, okay? And this is MacArthur Park, and the only thing I can say is you will not believe this place. You will not believe how bad it is. It is absolutely a complete mess, okay? To say the least, okay? Unbelievable. Take a look. So one thing that's crazy is this area is so filthy and so disgusting. This lake used to be a tourist destination. And look at this. Both sides of the street. You've got people living on the sidewalk. Look at this. So, this is the corner of Alvarado and Wilshire. You got the beef bowl there that it's got the swap meet out in front of it. It's unbelievable, guys. Who would ever eat there? You got this place for sale across the way. Got the park. I got JB with me. Unbelievable. Remember, guys, our stock market's at an all-time high. Economy's doing great. It is setting records week after week after week, and we've got this. So unbelievable. Yeah. You know, it's too much. It's just too much. It really is. You know, just the squalor, and you know, across the street you got the mini little swap meet there. Like, people are gonna go shop there. I mean, it's preposterous. You know, you got the cleanup crew here. It's right there, trying to make their way around everything. But guys, look at this. This is unbelievable. Just can't make this up, man. This is horrific. But the economy's doing great. Everything's bouncing back. But there are hundreds of people living out here. Hundreds and hundreds of people living at MacArthur Park right now. Here's a story out of Market Watch, and that is that if we don't pull the student loan program together, we're going to lose a generation of student loan borrowers and people going to college. Now, that's preposterous, guys. Look at this. Look at everything around me. And they're concerned about people borrowing money to go to school right now. That's insane. I think that the last thing people need to do is borrow money and go to college, okay? You can make money and not be in debt, okay? I know people that are saddled with $150,000 in student loan debt and will never be able to pay it back. They'll never make enough money to pay it back. And you can talk about opportunities, you can talk about how you're supposed to have things like that, but I'm telling you, maybe some people aren't supposed to go to college, and maybe those people aren't supposed to be in debt. But if you look at places like this, and you know, think about preparing. It's the greatest nation in the world, guys. And these people are living in absolute squalor, okay?
Right there. Right there.
Yeah. And I got this lady behind me yelling at me.
Right there.
Okay. So again, guys, student loan debt. What are you guys, crazy right now? Absolutely nuts, guys. I mean, this is so incredibly unsafe. And again, if I wasn't with Badass, I wouldn't be here. That's all I gotta say, okay? It's no way. Okay? Heard a lot of sirens down here. But again, share your thoughts about that Market Watch story that's in the video description. What do you think about that? Okay? The mental illness that's down here, the people on drugs, the people that just are left here is awful. Okay? Got a woman screaming at me, and it's tragic, man. But MacArthur Park, this used to be a beautiful place to visit, and needless to say, it is not anymore, guys. It just isn't. Hey JB, we're in MacArthur Park, and to say the least, I'm shocked at how bad this place is. The number of people, there's got to be a couple hundred people out here, living out here.
Yeah, we're just on one side of it. So we go across the street to the other side, there's going to be probably just as many people. And it's just so dirty and so crowded. And I can't even put into words what I'm seeing. I'm flabbergasted that this is America. Just growing up as a kid, you know,
there's Langer's restaurant right there.
Yeah,
dude. I mean, this is crazy.
You know, just growing up as a kid, I just could never imagine something like this. And there's kids out here too. What we don't realize is that there's a lot of kids that live out here too. People going hungry, people, you know, mental disorders, again, people that just aren't getting the help that they need, and no kid deserves to be out here.
Yeah.
And there's kids out here walking around, and
it's sad.
This is a humanitarian crisis, and this is going to have so much blowback here in America. Another year, 2 years. This has not just started yesterday. This has been going on for years, and at some point, this is going to boil over, and this is just going to become a bigger and bigger issue. And as soon as we begin to see this crisis in evictions, this is going to skyrocket.
Oh, it's going to skyrocket.
This is going to look like a slow day.
More people moving into their cars, just like we saw in Hollywood today. I mean, this is crazy, but
Yeah.
this is unbelievable. I couldn't imagine this place at night.
This is going to look mild compared to what's coming.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll show you some more, guys. The city of LA has basically given up on this area. That's just a complete write-off. I mean, it's terrible because this is sad. Such a beautiful place, and it's just terrible. I mean, this is just, you just cannot make this up, man. This is so sad to see this like this. You know, as we walk through this park, this reminds me of another story that's insane, and that is the FHFA, the Federal Housing Finance Authority, has just announced that they're going to extend the foreclosure moratorium for people with mortgages if you have an FHA-backed loan for another 30 days, okay? So it supposed to end at the end of June 30th. They're gonna make it July 31st. What's that gonna do? What's that gonna do? Seriously. Seriously, okay? So anyways, got people rousting us, but there's gonna be so many people living in the streets once these foreclosure moratoriums end at the end of July. You could extend it for 30 days, but again, read the comments below. And people are saying how, hey, they extended their, they took forbearance and haven't been making a loan payment for 15 months, and now these people can't figure out why they're getting foreclosed on because of their property taxes, because they had an impound account. But guys, it doesn't extend your property taxes or your insurance. If your house burns down during this time, you could be in real trouble, okay? I spoke to an insurance agent who said he doesn't care. It's not, you can't extend that. So again, guys, after you live and you see this absolute squalor in Los Angeles County, okay, this is just unbelievable. But if you think that this couldn't happen to you or family members or friends, you're gonna know people that are homeless. And you can sit there and, oh, you're an idiot, you don't know what you're talking about. This is awful right now, okay? It's absolutely unbelievable how bad this is, okay? So, share your thoughts, guys.
So
these guys were a little curious as to what we were doing here, and JB just explained it to them. Very simple. We can't help but notice how low the LAPD helicopter is. Check this out. Look at this. Look at this, guys. Circling around. Look at how low he is right there. Wow, that is crazy. As we get ready to leave MacArthur Park, you can't help but hear the sound of helicopters and cops. Absolutely crazy. Okay? Hi. Please don't forget to like the video, guys. Hit the subscribe button. Share this with all your friends and colleagues that want to come to LA for vacation. Okay? It's a beautiful place. Don't forget to hit MacArthur Park when you guys are here. I'm sure all the politicians would love it if you guys did that. Okay? Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, share it with all your friends and colleagues.
Oh, MacArthur.
Great.
Yeah, cool.